Migo Lee, it don't seem like they gonna set you free.
Exclusive, baby. Indictment charges alleged members of drug trafficking organization and drug, gun, and money laundering charges. Kennedy Street Crew, KDY, operated open-air drug markets in Kennedy Street neighborhood, scene of increasing violence in Northwest Washington, D.C., Washington. This morning, law enforcement agents from the Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation, IRSCI, arrested 12 alleged members of a violent drug trafficking organization, DTO, known as the Kennedy Street Crew, or KDY, on charges including conspiracy to commit drug trafficking, possession of firearms and furtherance of drug trafficking, possession of firearms by persons convicted of a crime, assault with a deadly weapon, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. In addition to arrest, law enforcement seized multiple firearms and drugs. This case was announced by U.S. Attorney Matthew M. Graves, Interim Chief Ashton Benedict of Metropolitan Police Department, DEA agent in charge Gerard Forget of the Washington Division, ATF Special Agent in charge Craig Calamai of the Washington Division, FBI Acting Special Agent in charge Sarah Linden of Washington Fields Office Criminal and Cyber Division, and IRS Criminal Investigation Acting Special Agent in charge Kareem A. Carter of Washington, D.C. office. According to the indictment, KDY members operated open-air drug markets in around the 100 and 1200 blocks of Kennedy Street in Northwest Washington, D.C., as well as the surrounding streets. The named defendants are charged with conspiring to distribute several controlled substances, including fentanyl, cocaine base, and marijuana, and utilizing firearms, including fully automatic weapons, to enforce and protect the crew's territory, including throughout intimidation and acts of violence. The indictment further alleges that KDY crew members conspired to establish shell companies through which they launder the proceeds of their drug trafficking. Over the course of the investigation, law enforcement seized more than 40 firearms, including 8 suspected machine guns. As alleged in the indictment, the Kennedy Street Crew, KDY, operated over an 11-block stretch, trafficking in large amounts of drugs and firearms and possessing numerous firearms in furtherance of its operations, said U.S. Attorney Graves. Criminal organizations like this are a magnet for violence. My office, MPD, and our federal law enforcement partners are focused on identifying and rooting out these type of operations, whether it be fentanyl poisoning or violence that typically accompanies large-scale drug operations. These distribution networks present a substantial threat to our community. These individuals were part of a criminal enterprise that existed to disrupt the community through violence and illegal activity, and today's operation is evidence that intelligence-led policing and effective criminal justice partnerships can lead to positive outcomes in the District of Columbia, said MPD Interim Chief Benedict. The residents and businesses along our Kennedy Street corridor are safer because of the meticulous investigation efforts by law enforcement who relentlessly protected every city neighborhood. Our strong partnership with state and local law enforcement agencies allow us to hold violent gang members like these accountable for their actions, said DEA Special Agent in charge Forget. Ultimately, our goal is to ensure the safety of the families in our local area as part of our initiative, Operation Overdrive. We are making a difference in our communities, reducing drug poisonings, cutting violent crime, and stopping violent drug traffickers in their tracks. In addition to conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 400 grams or more of fentanyl, 100 kilograms or more of marijuana, and a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of cocaine base, the indictment also charges various alleged members of the conspiracy with, among other charges, assault with a dangerous weapon, using, carrying, and possessing a firearm and or machine gun during a drug traffic offense, engaging in the business of dealing dealing in firearms without a license, unlawful possession of a firearm by a person convicted of a crime, possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The indictment also includes a forfeiture allegation seeking all proceeds of the alleged crimes. A full list of defendants, along with their corresponding charges, is contained below. This investigation is a result of multiple law enforcement entities working cohesively towards one common goal. That goal is disrupting criminal organizations and protecting our communities from firearms-related violence and the illegal distribution of narcotics, said ATF Special Agent in Charge, Kali Mai. As seen in our combined efforts with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney's Office, this collaboration has led to the arrest of many individuals that continuously and carelessly disrupt the peace that we should all enjoy. ATF will continue to partner with our local, state, and federal partners to ensure that people who violate conditions of firearm ownership be prosecuted and held accountable for their actions. I'm going to go ahead and skip down a little bit because a bunch of this stuff is starting to get annoying. Because they ain't doing nothing but basically running around. And here we go. Here's Migo Lee right here. This is the only person y'all care about. Y'all don't care about Kenneth. I don't even know how to say cuz name. That's super African. But let's go to Khalid Ahmed Brown, also known as Migo Lee. Conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 100 kilograms or more of marijuana and 400 grams or more of fentanyl. Assault with a dangerous weapon and aiding and abetting possession with intent to distribute fentanyl, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, using, carrying, and possessing a machine gun during drug trafficking offense. Unlawful possession of a machine gun, possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Yeah, cuz was wilding. But I want y'all to pay attention to the ages. Cuz 27, 22, 21, 23, 23, 26, 27, 30, which probably is the OG, 29, 22, 27, 29. These are all young people, bro. So that's the thing that I need people to understand when they start looking at all this crap. Because one thing that I want everybody to understand is we had to basically start realizing these dudes is throwing away their lives. So here we go. Count one. The general allegations of this indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference, beginning on about June 2019 and containing throughout at least June 2023 within the District of Columbia and elsewhere. Defendants Kenneth Admin, I'm gonna just say Kenneth and Olabanga. I'm not about to say all these dudes' names. So Kenneth, Migo Lee, Michael Jamal Crawford, Messiah, Greedy, Herman, and Cameron. All right, here we go. Let's get to it with it. Yeah, they ain't really telling us what they seen. So they're not going into the details of it all. Charge one count includes involved to make sure. Yeah, they're not saying. They'll probably release that at another time, but yeah. These are just the dates that they didn't caught these cats at. So there's that. But it doesn't go into much detail about it. But your man's right here running around with the machine gun, boy. You in DC? They gonna beat the mess out you. So like I said, the only reason y'all here is because of Migo Lee. But other than that, man, it is what it is. One of the things that I want y'all to understand too, well, you know what? Let's start the show.
One thing that I want y'all to understand is in May, last month, they're trying to up the mandatory sentencing on fentanyl. It's like 10 or 20 grams and all that stuff and everything like that. They're trying to knock it down to 0.5. 0.5 would get you 5 years. 2 grams to get you 10. 10 or more grams to get you 20 years. And if somebody happens to die, you die in the pen. That's what they're working on right now. Now, what happens is a group called FAMM, F-A-M-M, and y'all can go look this up. They say, please reject it because a lot of these cats who get these drugs don't even know that the fentanyl is in there. Which would say, you know, hey, then you're a bad drug dealer because you should have tested it. I'm not here for all that. What I will say is this, bro. Y'all playing right into all these people's hands. And I know hindsight is 20/20 and we all could talk about it and all that. But the fact of the matter is, I want to say probably about 80% of y'all rappers is broke. And I'm talking about the ones that y'all see popping it with a couple of thousands of subscribers. I mean, tens of thousands of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. They don't really have money. The top tier rappers are the only ones that are making money. The ones that you see touring, that can get people to show up on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Monday night, those are the ones that are making money. So when y'all see all these other rappers that's popping it and look like they got it all, yeah, they got it all. But they got it all illegally, typically. And the police are always watching. It's amazing how y'all can get on here and be like, y'all saying police stuff. Bro, let me tell you something. The IRS has a whole criminal section of them. It's like the IRS-CI. And all they do is look at social media to see what the hell you doing. So then once we audited you, where did that come from? Where did that come from? What is this right here? Y'all don't believe me? You can go look it up. Go Google it. But I already did it for you. So let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe. Turn on that bell to stay notified. And I will catch you in the next one. Clip! All right, man, so y'all know we just hit 1,000 subs. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help us out, help us out. I'll catch y'all at the 10,000 sub mark. New video dropped in. We out y'all.